You know those manhwa characters that live rent-free in your mind? The ones who make you cry at 3 a.m., scream into your pillow, or want to punch fictional royalty in the face? Yeah, me too. Today I'm ranking the top 10 manhwa characters I would absolutely die for. And yes, I mean dramatic slow-motion anime death with tears and theme music playing. So grab your emotional support plushie and let's dive in because it's about to get unhinged. 10. Aerys Mysarian, kill the villainess. Aerys isn't your typical villainess. She's bitter, broken, and completely done with playing pretend. Trapped in a story she didn't write, accused of crimes she didn't commit, and labeled evil just for loving the wrong man, she's every inch the tragic anti-heroine. But she doesn't beg for sympathy. She fights with sarcasm, wears her pain like armor, and chooses dignity over delusion. Watching her reclaim her narrative is powerful and painful. She doesn't want redemption. She wants freedom. I would walk through the flames she was burned in just to stand beside her and remind her she was never the villain. 9. Inés Valestena de Pérez, the broken ring. This marriage will fail anyway. Eness is ice. Eness is silence. Eness is the girl who was forced to bleed in beautiful gowns and remain composed while dying inside. She doesn't beg, doesn't cry, doesn't ask for rescue. She simply rewrites her fate. And if love has no place in her story, so be it. Eness is the patron saint of I will survive this, even if I have to walk over the ashes of who I used to be. I would go to war for her 1,000 lifetimes over.
8. Helio Nicolo, your throne. Helio isn't the male lead, but in our hearts, he's the end game. He has loved Medadia silently, fiercely, and unconditionally for years. He doesn't pressure her, doesn't expect anything. He just stays by her side, loyal until the end. You can see the pain in his eyes, the longing in his every word. He would let her walk away 1,000 times if it meant she was safe. That kind of love, it's rare, it's heartbreaking, it's beautiful. I would kneel next to him in the shadows and guard her smile together.
Rubilia Ruby Vester, how to get my husband on my side. Ruby was sold into a marriage for politics. Her family used her. Her husband didn't want her, and the empire hated her. But she still smiled, still cared, still tried. She gives love without expecting anything in return, and that's what makes her so painful to watch. She walks through cold palaces and colder hearts, trying to be enough. And somehow, through all that, she still manages to have the strength to forgive. I would give her the love she's never received and fight any crown that failed her. Nahu, tears on a withered flower. Nahu is quiet pain in human form. She doesn't scream, she doesn't argue, she simply exists in the background of her own life, enduring emotional neglect and generational wounds. She's the kind of character you want to wrap in a blanket and just say, you deserve so much better. Her strength isn't in grand gestures. It's in how she keeps showing up, how she finds joy in little things, and how she continues to love in a world that's never loved her back. I would destroy every flower that ever withered around her and plant a garden where she can finally bloom. Chayunsu, sweet home. Chayunsu didn't want to live. And yet, when the world fell apart, he became its protector. At first, he's just a quiet, broken boy hiding in his room, weighed down by grief and guilt. But when monsters start attacking and humanity collapses, he doesn't run away. He becomes a monster himself to protect others. His journey from suicidal despair to reluctant hero is one of the most raw, emotional arcs in manhwa history. He sacrifices again and again, not because he thinks he's worthy, but because deep down, he wants to matter. I would fight beside him, die beside him, and if needed, turn into a monster, just so he wouldn't be alone. Medadia Solon, your throne. If elegance had a sword and brains had a crown, they would look like Medadia. She's calculated, composed, and devastatingly brilliant. But beneath all that political perfection is a girl who has been overlooked, underestimated, and cast aside. Medadia isn't cruel, she's strategic. Every move she makes is to protect the ones she loves, even if it means putting herself last. Watching her outmaneuver corrupt nobles while still caring deeply for others, like her maid or Helio, makes you realize she's not heartless. She's just tired. Annette Rosenberg, my beloved oppressor. Annette is elegance wrapped in chains, born into privilege but never peace.
Her life is controlled, manipulated, and stolen from her piece by piece. She's a woman made of quiet defiance. She doesn't scream or rebel violently. She just survives. She outsmarts. She endures. And beneath the mask of the perfect noblewoman is a girl who bleeds dignity. The manhwa makes you feel every second of her emotional suffocation, until the moment she finally chooses to take her fate back, inch by inch. I would light the entire empire on fire for her, and then serve tea at the ruins.
Penelope Eert. Death is the only ending for the villainess. Penelope didn't ask to be dropped into a deadly dating sim, but here she is, surrounded by handsome men who might kill her at any moment. She doesn't trust easily, and can you blame her? She's been used, betrayed, and made a pawn in every route imaginable. And yet, she keeps going. She learns the rules of the game, plays smarter, and protects herself without losing the fragile hope that maybe, just maybe, someone will love her for real. Penelope isn't just a survivor. She's a silent fighter who chooses cold logic over crying. But deep down, she's just a girl who wants warmth in a world full of traps. I would sacrifice my save file, my stats, and my soul to give her a happy ending. And that's the list. 10 characters who deserve the world. If you agreed, screamed, or whispered same at any point, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know which manhwa character you would die for. Because honestly, I know I missed a few, and I'm ready to be judged. Until next time, keep binging, keep crying, and remember, fictional characters may not be real, but our loyalty to them, very, very real.